What's going on, guys? Awesome back. Today I'm coming at you with a little bit of a different video. And today I want to talk about the current state of Rainbow Six Siege and how I think the game is dying a little bit. And obviously, I know there's been a lot of, content creators, a lot of people voice their opinions over time, but today I wanted to voice my own opinions as I've been, posting Rainbow Six Siege videos for about around a year now, and I've been playing Rainbow Six Siege, I mean, for a couple of years at this point. Obviously, I'm not like a huge 1.0 guy, but I'm a little newer to the game, but I've still been playing for a good amount of time. But I wanted to voice my opinions today. Obviously, this is a little bit of a different video. I usually post like just funny clips, good clips on like Monday, Wednesdays, Fridays. I post, like educational videos to help you guys get better because that's the stuff that I like to post, that I like to do. But today, I really wanted to break down kind of the current state of Rainbow Six Siege and voice my like the things that I don't like about the game and the things that need to change, or this game I think will die over time. I don't think it'll be super like quick or anything, like, you know what I mean? I don't think it's like in a huge like, like red state right now, but like I think the game currently as it stands is in a bad state, and if it keeps on this trajectory again, I think it will die. So yeah, I'm gonna dive into a little bit. I think I got like 4 things I'm gonna talk about in this video. But yeah, let's get into it. All right, so the first thing I want to talk about in this video is going to be the meta of the game, because I think this is like one of the biggest parts, if not one of my most like passionate things I want to talk about. And it's the things I think the meta is pretty balanced, except these couple things. And the first thing I want to talk about is shields. I do not really know why shields got a buff. If anybody can let me know, let me know. I was really like confused when they first announced that shields would get a buff, but like playing shields is so annoying. Like seriously, like you cannot tell me that when you load into a game and you're on your drone, or you're a defender and you just hear like a Monty, or like it gets pinged or anything, you're just not like, you don't just throw up in your mouth a little bit, because that's what I do. And especially when you see like a Monty and a Blitz together, you don't just completely throw up. It's just not fun to play against these operators. They're just not fun. It's not balanced really. They need to change this, revert it back to the old thing, just do something. I know a lot of people are probably thinking like, Austin, just get better. Austin, it's just a shield. Like, you have a gun. Okay, you know what I mean? I like, those are probably people that are running these operators at the end of the day. But yeah, shields are, they're just not a good spot. They're not fun to play against. Like, you cannot tell me that it's fun to play against this. You would think Monty would be more of like, I think the pause. Let me think, like, why do they have to reload behind their shield? Why do they need more protection? Why do they need more cover? Why do they need to become better killing machines? I don't really get it. And I that's the big, like, you will see me. There's a video I just put out a little bit ago, or where I edited. I don't know. But I like completely freak out when I die to a Monte, because he just sits in front of me the whole round, and then as soon as I'm like killing his teammate, or not even just killing his teammate, like as soon as I get a little bit too close to him, I just die instantly. So I think shields just need to be tweaked. And that's probably my biggest concern with the meta, is like nobody likes shields, not really anybody. So and then the next one I want to talk about is pretty obvious. It's gonna be the BOSG and SMG12. Before I talk about SMG12, I want to talk about the BOSG, because I'm gonna be honest, I do not mind the BOSG as much. I think it's a lot more broken than like 1v1s. But the Boss G I don't think is in, and like I get why it is what it is, and you know what, it makes sense why it's a one shot, because it has 2 bullets. You know what I mean? It's a slug shotgun. Like it makes sense why the Boss G is like good, and why it operates the way it does. So I'm not sitting here like, criticizing the Boss G hella. But the thing that I have the problem with the Boss G is that obviously the SMG12 pairs with it on 2 operators that it's on. And the SMG12, and the big thing I have with the SMG12 is, why is a secondary SMG the best gun in the game? That is the question that I will never know the answer to. And why did the R4C get nerfed before the SMG12? We'll never know the answer to. I think the SMG12 needs to be nerfed pretty good. And the biggest problem I have with it is, it's just the best gun in the game. You know what I mean? If you look at its comparison, which I like to compare with the SMG11, why does the SMG11 have like 17 bullets and then the SMG12 has like 30? I don't get it. I don't get it. SMG12 needs to be nerfed. They need to take some of the ammo away, or they need to nerf the fire rate, or something like that. The best gun in the game should not be a secondary SMG. I already know there's so many people out there, oh my god, Austin, the SMG12 is not even bad. It's just like, when you're whole meta is pretty balanced, you know what I mean? And you can run pretty much any operator. And then you throw a gun like this in there, you throw shields in there, it's just like not good, you know what I mean? Like people just like fix the meta, make it less annoying, and it'll keep players, on the game. It'll, bring people there. But yeah, that is my biggest problem with the meta is the shields, SMG 12. Nerf those up, and the meta I think will be pretty balanced, honestly. All right, so the next thing I want to talk about is lack of content, just lack of content in general. And the first thing I want to touch base on is going to be things regarding events. And when you see a new event drop, right? Because we get a new event every single season, which I think is cool. It's cool. But a lot of the time it's a reskin of an old event, right? Or it's just, a reused event. And I have no problem with that because I don't really play the events. The main thing that me and a lot of people look forward to is the cosmetics that they drop with it because a lot of them are awesome. Take an example. Look at this one. This is such a cool cosmetic that you're gonna get only in the Doctor's Curse. It's something that you can be like, oh, every Halloween they drop the Doctor's Curse and they drop some cool, like, cool skins, you know what I mean? Like this, the Deimos one, like awesome skins, bro. But the last two events, it feels disgusting even saying this. Ubisoft has started doing reskins. And this is the exact design of the Doctor's Curse zombie skin from last year, 2023. But they just changed some of the colors, and you know what? They charge you more money for it. Ubisoft, really? Really? Like, I don't have a problem with reskins to a point, but like, we just want a little bit more effort from it. You know what I mean? Like, we don't want just a couple different colors and then you just throw it in there. You know what I mean? And you just charge more money for a skin that most of the time the reskins look worse. In my opinion, I think the reskins will look worse. So I think that is a big thing that I have of it's like, come on, like, you're releasing 4 events a year. You're releasing 4 batches of new cosmetics, and a lot of people just look forward to those. They're gonna spend their money on them. They're gonna, play the event so they can get the packs and stuff like that to get these cosmetics. And when you throw a bunch of reskins in there, it just feels really lazy, and people just, are kind of like, okay, I'm not really gonna play the event, and then it's like, why even put the event in there in the first place? So obviously, I think like the momentums are cool. I think the skins could be a little bit better in those, but those are a cool thing. Skins like this are like Ubisoft, like they can, they can make good skins if they want, but like it's an effort thing on their part, and I think like everybody would be happier if we just left the reskins in the past, or at least like you do like a 1 or 2 reskins, and then like the rest is new. But we do not need like more than half of the like new bundle to be reskins. Like that's all I'm gonna say when it comes to that. I don't want to yap too long on that. And then the next thing I want to talk about lack of new content is going to be operators. And obviously, I cannot lie about this. Every single person, you guys, I know when you see a new season coming out, one of the first things you go, what is the new operator? Who's the new operator? What does it do? What does it do? And especially this season, I think is a big thing. Obviously, because we used to see in the past, right? 2 operators would drop every single season, and that was a cool thing, right? That was very cool. But I get it. I get how like you cannot keep up that production, right? Because look at how many operators there are right now. If you just dropped like an operator every single 2 operators every single season, like it would just become oversaturated, right? So I am content with the 1 operator per season, 4 per year. But what I cannot get behind really, and a lot of people can't really get behind, is the reskins and not the reskins, the reworks with operators, because I really don't treat that as a new operator, right? And the big thing is like if we look at this year, right? This is year 9. Deimos, even though he wasn't like the best operator, like it's still cool, bro. Like he still fits in the meta. It was awesome to see and play with him. And Scopos, really cool concept, right? And I'm not saying that like they cannot think of new operators, right? Because they can, bro. Deimos and Scopos are very, very cool operators that they came up with. But the big problem I have is these reworks, right? Striker and Sentry, when we are, each season is about 3 months. You know what I mean? It's 3 months, give or take. And when you really look at it, right? Why am I waiting for the new season to come out to look at a rework of the recruits that are literally just a little bit reskinned on how they look, and you can play with them in ranked? And then that's your content as an operator for the next 3 months of the season. I don't get that. I don't get that from Ubisoft, and especially with season 4 now coming soon. Blackbeard's getting a rework, which I think is cool, but like I think the big thing with reworks is like it just doesn't feel like enough. You know what I mean? It just feels like a lack of it, and it just feels like reworks would be better if, like, this is the thing. I think my, like, ideal world, right? For these, reworks would be you launch one new operator, one completely new operator every single season, and then if you want to rework an operator, you throw like two reworks a year, and then you release them alongside the new operator. I think that would be great new world for, that would be so much, like, people would be so much happier, including myself. And like, I'm not sitting here like bashing Ubisoft, right? Because I think they have like they have good ideas. It's just like, put them more into play, you know what I mean? Use these operate, like, because the rework, you know what I mean? Like, when I see the rework for Blackbeard, it's not like he might have a completely different ability. I've seen it on like Twitter, stuff like that, where, a little teaser at the thing, but like, after a week of me playing Blackbeard, it's just, or like Blackbeard being in the game, I'm just gonna get a little bored. And then the next 2 months, what am I supposed to do? You know what I mean? I'm just gonna be playing the game like I was, like, just a week, like at the end of this season. You know what I mean? And it's just, reworks are cool, but bring them in alongside operators. That's my that's my one play there. That's my one bash, and I think a lot of people would agree with that and would be happy with that, right? And then the last thing I want to talk about, lack of new content, is going to be stuff like maps. I mean, just look at the last couple maps they dropped, bro. Layer, Night Haven, Emerald Plains. Those are the last like 3 maps that they've actually just dropped that are like completely new. And like Night Haven I like, but like Layer and Emerald Plains are just not really great maps, you know what I mean? And especially in a game where like all of these maps have been in the game for so long and you played them so many times, it's a breath of fresh, it would be a breath of fresh air to get like a actual good map coming into the game that can be in ranked and that can be in standard and stuff like that, and quick match and stuff like that, everything. And I think like maps are a thing. Like, I would hope they would drop like a new map every year kind of thing, I think. And that would be like ideal pretty much. But we'll see what happens with maps. I know maps, like, obviously they take a while to like do and stuff like that. So it's not, I think like Night Max should come back. But yeah, lack of content I think is a big thing in this game, and I think Ubisoft just is a little lazy when it comes to that. I don't want to sit here and bash Ubisoft because like I know that they try their best and they introduce stuff and they try to do the best, but like I think they need to up their game with the content a little bit more within the game, operator wise, new season, map wise, and then just a little bit more effort within the events. All right, so the next thing I want to talk about is going to be the just lack of good content that we've gotten. And I'm not gonna lie, when Ubisoft has come out with new content and really tries to bring new things in the game, I always, and for everything, any game, anything in my life, I always try to go into it with an open mind, because the big thing that I think of and like that comes to my mind is like, they're trying, right? They are trying to give new content and stuff like that. So why not go into it with an open mind? And what has come with that is just been kind of disappointment on Ubisoft's end and in my eyes, because the two things I want to talk about is gonna be the Siege Cup and Rank 2.0. And the first thing I'll talk about is Rank 2.0. Rank 2.0, it didn't really have like a purpose of coming, because like I thought the old rank system was okay. Everybody thought it was, but it was like, oh, okay, Rank 2.0 sounds good. And it's just been met with pretty negative reviews, all around. And the big thing, and like my least favorite thing about it, has got to be just when I am starting in Copper, I am playing champions. And the biggest thing is like, your rank on your screen that you grind for, that you spend hours for, really doesn't matter at the end of the day. You know what I mean? The one thing that matters is your hidden MMR that you can't see, that match makes you, right? And it's just like, it's just like, come on, And the big, like, again, like the big thing is that I have, like, the biggest problem I have, and I know a lot of people will, is when I'm starting the season in Copper and I'm playing champions just to get to bronze. Like, that just doesn't make sense to me. When I think of rank, I think of, I need to play against the people in that rank to advance to the next one. I need to beat Coppers to get to bronze. I need to beat golds to get to plat. I need to beat diamonds to get to champ. That's what I think of when I play and when I'm in a ranked mode. And that's just not how it is, bro. You're always going to be playing your hidden MMR, no matter if you're if your hidden MMR is diamond and you're in silver, you're going to be playing diamonds. And it's just annoying, and it's just annoying. And this is why a lot of people have, like a problem with rank 2.0, and especially me. Um, but it is what it is. We tried to fix it for a while, and nothing really comes with it. I hope Ubisoft one day does decide to look at that. And the next thing I want to talk about is the Siege Cup, because I love competitive Rainbow Six Siege. I love like comp, or like the pro league of Rainbow Six Siege. I love comp. I love watching tournaments. I like playing in tournaments. I like watching, pro league. I like doing all this stuff, right? But the Siege Cup is just, it has a major flaw, because I get, spending all the time doing all that to, because like when you see people play in pro league, they're playing for money. When you see people play in tournaments, they're playing for money. They're playing for something, right? They're investing their time and everything that they're investing the time that they spent practicing and playing in the tournaments and things like that. They're investing their time to get something. And when you invest your time to playing in the Siege Cup, look at what you get. It's just not good. You know what I mean? The payout is not good. I'm going to play. And if you look, right? Because the big thing is this pack, right? Is 5,000. 5,000. And you get 5,000 of these R6 competitive credits if you complete an S tier tournament and you win an S tier tournament. And not everybody's going to be in an S tier tournament. So basically, half the time when you play, you're not even going to get enough for a pack. And then when you finally get enough for a pack, these are the rewards. And they're not good. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just being honest with you guys. I love Ubisoft. I love Rainbow Six Siege. But, like, you got to do better, man. Like, people are going to spend a ton of time playing in these Siege Cups when this comes out of beta. And look at these rewards you get. They're not good. This is what's going to turn people away from, spending their time trying to compete for these things, because there's no good rewards. If there was good rewards, yes, I would think it's good. But like bad rewards, and you have to spend all this time just to, get one pack, it's not worth it. You know what I mean? It's not worth it at the end of the day. I'd rather just hop in ranked and just, I guess, try to grind my rank. I don't really know. But I think the concept's cool, everything's cool, but the rewards are not good, and that's a big flaw. And you would wish for some better execution, and like things like that. When they bring new things to the game and they're not good, it's just gonna turn off players. Pause. But yeah, man, like, it's just gonna, it's not gonna bring new players in. It's not gonna keep players staying, playing, and stuff like that, and things like that. Yeah. All right, and then the last thing I wanted to bring to light and talk about in this video is cheaters. And I am not gonna be the all knowledgeable one when it comes to cheaters, because I play on PS5. I play on console, so but I have heard so many bad things about cheaters, and the big things that I take away, because I see tweets, I see TikToks, I see, like I see people talking about it, and just the cheater issue is not good. It's not good. It's not in a good state. Yeah, I've heard that it's like nearly like impossible to play high rank sometimes in Rainbow Six Siege, just because of cheaters and stuff like that. And it's just like, if you can't fix a cheater issue, what I mean, you gotta lock in. Ubisoft's gotta lock in with that stuff, because what makes playing a game fun is you can just play it. Like, literally playing a game is fun. And when you can't even play the game that you want to play, it's going to be boring. It's not going to be fun. And a lot of people are just going to be like sick of it and just stop playing Rainbow Six Siege. And it's going to lead to a lot more players being out. So I think Ubisoft locking on the cheater issue. I don't know how it is now. I don't know exactly. So if it's not as good, if it's a lot better, that's good. But like, you want it to be like eliminated as much as possible. So but yeah, that's what I want to talk about with cheaters. Obviously I don't know a lot, but I'm sure if you can comment and let me know, anybody on PC that experienced cheaters, how it is, things that you would change, obviously, like making better, systems, stuff like that, shutting down, um, things like that. But especially like you just need to fix the cheater issue, because that's gonna be a big reason why a lot of people leave, and especially top players, because you want to keep your top players that are playing this game, putting money into it, stuff like that. And when when you're just facing cheaters all the time, you're just not gonna want to play the game. It's gonna lead to more people going and stuff like that. Just make your game. It's not gonna be good for the game and the health of the game and stuff like that. So yeah, that's all I want to talk about with cheaters. And yeah. All right, so that's gonna be all for today's video. Hope you guys did enjoy this one. Obviously this is a different type of video, but I wanted to voice my opinions and just kind of critique Ubisoft a little bit. Obviously, I do not hate Ubisoft. I love Rainbow Six Siege. I want to see the best for it, and I think voicing what you think about something is really just the best way, because I hope Ubisoft is able to hear what me and a lot of the other people in the community and stuff like that really think, because I've been posting videos for about a year now on Rainbow Six Siege. I love this game again, and I want to see it succeed. I want to see it, be the best game that it can be. And I think if they can, make some tweaks, you know what I mean, fix some things, stuff with the meta, maybe bring a little bit of execution, a little more effort, stuff like that, I think this game could be great again and be on a good path, right? Because right now it's not on the greatest path, and I want to see it change. But yeah, I hope I want to see your guys' too in the comments down below. Let me know what your biggest complaint with Rainbow Six Siege is, please. I would love to know. I'll reply to some of them. I'll talk about voice my opinions on them, stuff like that. And I hope Rainbow sees this in any way, shape, or form, or somebody can help them see this or something like that. But yeah, I love Rainbow Six Siege. I love everybody that works there. We love you. The players love you. Just help us out. You know what I mean? But yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. And peace out.